Okay, so want to go through 2.2c now, right? 2.2c, I split this one up into two parts, 1 through 7, and then 8 through 14. I'll do the 1 through 7. If you're having problems with that, hopefully me going through it will help you. Then you can do the 8 through 14, and then I'll go through that, right? So let's go through these. So let me share our screen. I'm just gonna, hopefully you're not, hopefully none of you guys are people that drives you crazy if somebody writes in a book. If you are, I'm sorry, right? So 2.2b, valid or invalid, use the star test. So how do we do our star test? Remember, so we underline everything that's distributed. That's going to be P and B in this no statement. That's going to be B in the second one. Remember, for some is not, it's the letter directly after the not, right? Now we star all the distributed letters in our premises, you know. Then in this last one, our premise, the guy with three dots, we star everything that's undistributed. Is this a valid argument? Well, we have to ask ourselves two questions, right? Is every letter starred once and only once? Nope, right? B is starred twice. P is starred twice. So we don't even have to go further, but like it fails the second one too, right? Is there only one star on the right? Oh gosh, no, there's three, right? This is not a valid argument. I'm just going to pull X next to it, right? 2X is W. Remember, first step, we underline all the distributed ones. Well, nothing distributed here. X is W, X is not Y. One distributed there. Some W is not Y. One distributed here, right? So then we go through and we star every single letter that's distributed in the premises. Then once we've done that, with the conclusion, we do exactly the opposite. We star only the undistributed. Now we ask ourselves, is every uppercase letter starred once and only once? Well, yeah. Y is starred here. W is starred in the conclusion. Satisfies that. Is there one and only one star on the right-hand side? Yup. Right here. This is a valid argument. No H is B, no H is D, some B is not H. All right. Underline all of our distributed letters. Remember, it's no. For no, it's both letters. And for some is not, it's the one directly after the not, right? All right, so now we star our distributed letters in the premises and our undistributed letter in the conclusion. Is this a valid argument? Nope. H and B are starred too many times. They're both starred twice. And there are way too many. There's too many stars on the right-hand side. There's only supposed to be one. Not valid. Moving right along. Some J is not P, all J is F, some F is not P. So we underline our distributed letters. It is the P, the letter directly after the not and the letter directly after the all. Now we star the distributed ones in the premises and the undistributed ones in the conclusion. So, is every uppercase letter starred once and only once? Well, P, one time starred, that's satisfied with it. J, once and only once, yup. Then finally, F, once and only once, also there, right? So that's satisfied. Is there one and only one star on the right-hand side? Yep, and no more. 4 is valid. So 5, no premises, but just a conclusion, right? So, you know, we look at this guy. Neither of these is distributed, so we star both of them. Well, are all the uppercase letters starred once and only once? Not applicable, right? We care about a no answer. We don't care about a not applicable, so we move on. Is there one and only one star on the right-hand side? Yup, right there. This guy's valid too. So 6, G is not S, S is distributed, S is not G. G, S is distributed in this first one because it's after the not. G is distributed in the second one because it's after the not, right? Again, our test, we star the distributed letters in the premises and the undistributed one in the conclusion. Now look, it actually this one does satisfy each of the letters is starred once and only once. We don't care though, right? Because these are small letters, right? So we could answer yes, but honestly, let's just stick with not applicable, right? We care about a no, and we want that, right? Well, is there, with the small letters, what we're really caring about, is there one and only one star on the right-hand side? Yup, right there. Valid argument. And now for a lot of these, you're probably starting to get an intuitive sense, is it valid or not? And that's good because like if you mess the star test up, like your stupid professor was doing this morning, you know, you can look at it and be like, wait, that doesn't seem right. So if you're really sure that it's valid, but the way you've applied the star test is saying, well, it's not, then you're probably not doing the star test right, right? So, final one in this one. All L is M. So we underline all the distributed. Well, the L after the all is distributed, M's not. G is not L. Well, in these statements, it's the letter after the not. So L is distributed. Conclusion, G is not M. It's the M that's distributed. So now we go through and star all our distributed letters in the premises and our undistributed letters in the conclusion. Well, is this a valid argument? Well, no, right? L is distributed. L is starred twice. It's only supposed to be starred once. Not valid. So hopefully you guys are starting to get a sense of how the STAR test works. Again, the whole point is it's supposed to be a little bit mindless. You can just, once you figure out how to apply these rules, just like underline, underline, star, star, checklist, valid, not valid, right? Hopefully you're getting a better sense of how this works. This might be a little boring to you. The whole point at the end of the day is it's supposed to become boring because it's supposed to be automatic. Right? It's rare for a professor to say, well, this is supposed to be boring, but it is supposed to become boring, right? Hard is interesting, easy is boring. We want it to, even if it starts hard, to end with easy. So we want it to get less and less interesting, is another way of putting it, right? All right. So I will go through and do 8 through 14 in the next one. I'm probably going to do them a little more quickly, but doing these a little more slowly just so you guys get a better idea. All right.